Welcome to New Music Muse. I want to welcome my guest, Blonde on Bread. What's up, guys?
Yeah, what's going on?
Here. Okay. So, first of all, I want to know where you got that name, Blonde on Bread. Like, let's hear it. What's the story behind that name?
Alex, you want to explain that?
I was about to say you got to, because I still don't even know.
We need CK for that.
I know. I think. All right. Well, this is like my interpretation of how we started it. Um, but we were like, it was like four years ago. We were like hanging out, and someone said like we were like freestyling. It's like freestyle rapping, and like one of our other friends was like, you should start like a rap group, and we were just like fucking around. We were like, yo, that would be dope. What should we call it? And then um, Alex had like red hair at the time, and like me and
Hair.
blonde hair, and they were like blonde and red, and then someone's like blonde on bread. And I don't even know how it came about, but we were like, that sounds dope. It has a nice ring to it, and then we kept saying blonde on bread, and then we just came into that, and we started making videos first, and then music.
I
Yeah.
feel like it has like a double meaning almost, because it's kind of like there's like this is gonna be stupid, but there's like videos where it's like blonde like on redhead and like blonde on blonde like fucking like porn shit, which is like stupid, but it's like a play on like the words, kind of like that, I guess.
I
I
like
also
that.
think it's because it's like I mean, most of our songs aren't really like sexual innuendo or anything, I feel like, but it's mostly like relationship wise. Like there's a lot of like talk about relationships and like girls, and then like you got the money half of it, you got the aspect of like the bread, like the hip hop thing, like but it also started from just like our hair color, I guess, which is kind of like stupid.
I feel like that's where the best names come from, though. Like something stupid, and then it just comes together, and you're like, "Holy shit!" Like that works. That just like sticks. Honestly, like when I hear "Blonde," I always think of like Frank Ocean's album, and that's like top tier. And on Bread, like I think that really incorporates the rap part of your aesthetic. I think it really matches your aesthetic because it's like skater dudes, they always saying some stupid shit. Like and it's just like it's funny because um like I feel like there would be, you know, a rap group like that. Why don't everyone like in the group introduce themselves and you guys tell us how like you all met and how the group formed?
Um, Guess I'll start. But I'm Hugh Hinton, and um, yeah, we already mentioned we all went to high school together. And um, I've been making music, or I've been playing music since I was like in second grade, like piano, and like choirs and stuff like that. Like low key stuff. And it wasn't until high school that I started making beats. Um, Me and Alex, like we were in this music production class together in 10th grade. Um, and we we started like learning how to make beats, and then got really interested in like just make beats on the weekends, like every time we were hanging out and like freestyle with all the members. Freaking Scott and Thomas, they'd all freestyle too. We'd all freestyle for like probably like a year before we started recording stuff. um, but yeah, like I was gonna say, I make, we all perform, we all write vocals, and I make most of the beats, I would say. Alex makes some of them too.
Like that's really cool that you do the production and Alex does the production too. And I think it's so dope how like each of you write your own verses. Like it's just crucial because it kind of like that's how a group should work, and like getting a group together to make music, like that's a flex. Like how, like that is something that, you guys put together and that takes a lot of effort. And I think like each verse probably like speaks from each one of your hearts, like, you know, like you put your work into this song, and like, and that's what makes the music probably like so versatile.
Yeah, we definitely like. It's funny. I feel like I guess like I can go. I'm Alex. Fucking one of the Blonde on Bread members. I like to write, fucking make music. Yeah, I like met Hugh first for sure. It's kind of funny. Like we were friends like probably late middle school, I would say. Because Hugh, I guess, transferred into like our school district or whatever you want to call it. And then it was fun. I remember like one of the first times I went to Hugh's house though, it was like we weren't making music, but we were like working on a project. And it was like still kind of like a similar experience. We were like making these like fucking like basketball shoes. Or like some shit. We were trying to like design some basketball shoe. And like that was hella funny. And like, yeah, we were like got into music together for sure. And that's how I met fucking Scott and Truth. And I feel like that was like early high school. That was like the beginning of some good shit. Cause I feel like we weren't necessarily like hanging out to begin with, but like then we started like all fucking with freestyling and like getting like good with it. And it was like hella fun to just like spend like our loose time just like working on shit.
Yeah, that's dope. That's cool. Like how, you know, like when you hang out, you're working on a project together. I think that builds, you know, a friendship when you're working on something together, because I don't know, when you're just hanging with someone and you're just chilling and you're not really doing nothing, it's like, all right, well, can we like do something? And then, you know, getting creative with people, that's where like, you know, the sparks in a friendship like really happens. And I think music, you know, it really is like a project. Like you're putting in production, lyrics, recording, mastering, like all that. And then when it's finally done, you're like so proud of it.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
all
it's the best part.
Yeah, facts. Um, I'm Scott Lost It. From the same area, E Town down. You heard me. Um, and like so like I guess like sophomore junior year, I heard Hugh and Alex come out with like a song, and I was like, oh, this shit's hot. And I was like, I've like always been passionate about music and wanted to do it. And then like I saw that and I was like, all right, bet we could really like do some shit together. And then like one truth, I think we just went through to Hugh's crib and we were just like fucking around on some beats or something that they had made. And we made No Need, which was our first song all together. And that John kind of like popped off and did well. And then we all loved it. So we kind of just all went from there and haven't really looked back.
That's fucking cool, because I think, did you see like their song on social media or something? Like, is that how you found it?
Just like it was going around school because it was like popular because like everybody was fucking with it. And so I saw it and I was like, this shit is hot.
It was like a SoundCloud joint.
Yeah.
Okay,
And so like everybody in the grade was fucking with it. And then I was like, this shit's dope. And me and Truth wanted to do something with it too. So we just kind of stepped in.
That's fucking cool. I think like, you know, when word gets around about like hot new artists and shit, especially like local artists. I mean, a lot of people in like high school, when they would hear like, oh, that kid's a rapper, like, oh, like whatever. But when that shit's actual heat, you're like, wait, maybe this person's like onto something. And I think like by you hearing that song, that's crazy, because then it made you want to become part of this, you know, group, and make it something like even more like special.
100%. Like I don't know. I remember. You gotta remind me what that joint was called. The fucking was it Nighttime? Is that
a fight? Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, somebody said it was like playing like during warm-ups for like a lacrosse game or like a football game or some shit on like our stadium field. I was like, nah, like that's hilarious.
Oh my god, they played that shit? That's hilarious.
In the locker room, my coach like called me out. He's like, "You're talking about smoking weed, like put it online." I was like, yeah, we started on SoundCloud. We didn't even get on Apple for like 2019, I want to say. Yes. sometime around there.
I think like I think artists, they like they don't get on like streaming services until they're like serious like about the shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like a lot of like people with actual talent, like you guys like don't, you probably like didn't even realize, like you're probably like, yeah, we're just making this for fun, like whatever. You probably weren't like serious about it, and then you're like, wait, maybe this could pop off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like it came about like pretty authentically, which is what like was like a driving force in it. Like, and then soon after, I felt like there was like a big wave, like not even, we were probably right at the beginning of it where it seemed like, there's like some fool in like everybody's high school class, that's like trying to rap and like posting shit on like SoundCloud and stuff. But like, I don't know, I feel like we always knew we were like onto something for sure.
Yeah, we were like never on, like it was never some bullshit, because like most people are just like,
Yeah,
like everybody's a rapper these days, and
That's
like
fine.
we were always kind of just like, nah, we're not like basic like that. We actually got something.
Yeah.
So,
I think it definitely comes from like a place of authenticity when, you're not searching for something else. You just want to make it for the art. And you guys are like really dedicated to it.
Sure. We all went to school together, so I know them for a couple of years, you know. It started off with like, I think like No Need. It was like the first song like we did. And I was pretty jumping around high school. Everyone liked it. So since then, kind of just been making music.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask each of you, what is your favorite song that you put out? And also like what's a lyric that you've written that is your favorite?
I say 17. That's my favorite song we put out. I think 17 is like really captures our vibe a lot, and it's really like, what's it called? Like sentimental, and it kind of like gives you like a really nostalgic vibe.
I was literally gonna say nostalgic. Like you were giving me that, like that word was coming out like on the tip of my tongue, because 17, like it already sounds like, nostalgic.
Yeah. And like a lyric from, I'd say from that, one of mine would be if I ran away, did I even go missing? Because it's like, I don't know. I just
That
felt like a
hits.
nosebleed at the time, and I was like, all right, I mean, fuck it, I'm out, ain't nobody gonna miss me, type shit.
That's deep.
Yeah.
That low key hit. Yeah.
My favorite lyric would be from Lantern. It says, I've been up all night fighting my demons, just thinking about going through some shit, you know what I mean? Past experiences and shit, just bullshit in the past. That's it.
I would say my favorite song that we put out in general. I'm not actually in it, but I really like Condolences. That's like one of my favorite like overall vibes. But yeah, I would say like lyric wise, like I honestly I don't know, I like what Thomas did on that track like a lot. Like I don't even know what's one of the bars.
That shit got deep. He goes, promise mama, I'll leave a note.
Yeah, he's like more condolences before I and stuck in traffic. Yeah, no, and then your lyrics too. I just like that whole song. That's my favorite joint.
Honestly, like what's been on repeat for me like has been Blushing Blue. Bro, like that shit fucking hits. Like I love the chorus, how you were like, talk about past lives, Blushing Blue, been there, done that, nothing new. Like so fucking catchy. I don't know which one of you guys came up with that, but I'll be like bumping that shit in the car. I'm like, talk about past lives, Blushing Blue. But I've been there, done that, nothing new. Like mesmerizing, I feel like, about that song, because it's like kind of like an indie pop joint, but it has the rap flow to it. And I like how I like how it's not too layered. Because I noticed that like especially in the end, it's just like one of you guys just rapping it like, one take, it feels like, and it just feels really authentic. So I also like your album Field Day. Want to talk about that a little bit. I've been listening to Moving On and Field Day. So like what was the inspiration behind that?
Yeah, that was like a huge summer vibe, I would say. Like, we really wanted to paint like a picture of like just like that refreshing, like laid back kind of, like that's like kind of the sound that we came up on, like a hip hop, like kind of refreshing, like a little pop element, a little like alternative, like emo vibe. Um, all those like mixed together really well because we all have like our own inputs.
I really fuck with the cover art too. Like, it's really dope, and I feel like it gets your whole vibe in there, and the font too. Like, it's just dope. How has making music like? How has it been since like not everybody in the group is like able to, be there physically and um, what type of stuff do you want to put out next?
I would just say like I feel like I mean it's good. It's given me an opportunity to like, reset, refresh. I imagine each of us, even though like we're, you know, in different places, like we're all doing like our own thing. So it's kind of good. I feel like artistically, like I guess it's like healthy to like kind of be like taking a break here and there, but like definitely start to get the itch to be like more creative. But yeah, I just feel like computers are dope. Like that's what's dope about like fucking making music because you can just I don't know, it's
Facts.
easy to look over the fucking computer and just like send each other shit, which I like. And I feel like it also makes us like I guess like work with other group members and like find like a sound that's gonna like work for all of us because we can just go back and forth about it.
What type of music do you guys like want to try to put out in the future?
R&B.
Word, I
What
fuck
you
with that.
said?
I say like a
Yeah, like
mix
some
of like alternative R&B, rap, trap, hip hop, everything that's like kind of the SoundCloud like category. It's like
Word.
popping. It's like
Yeah, that shit is
yeah
popping.
for like moving on like forward with like what we're about to put out is like it's still very open. Like that's the thing. I think all of us like a lot of types of music. So it's just like it's almost too hard to even predict what we could make just because like there's such a variety that I still feel like we could go into.
Who are like some of your artistic influences that, inspire you to make music, uh inspire your style, etc.?
Bugs, rest in peace. He's one of the biggest influences.
Yeah, Six Dogs for sure.
With
I'd say Lil Peep
Lil
too.
Peep, Juice World, X, all the dead friends.
Yeah,
Mac.
yep, Mac. Like everybody, like basically everybody that's died like in a weird way has like had a big influence.
Yeah, fact. All the best
Word.
are dead. Like it's kind of sucks because like the way I look at it, like everybody who I want to impress with my music nowadays is gone.
Hard too, because like I think even besides like what Scott was saying, like wanting to impress somebody, because it's like yeah, like I'd look up to like a Lil Peep or like an X or somebody that'd be so sick, but it's also like kind of it feels almost like a little harder to get like our sound out because there's nobody left really that can kind of like have our back or like not that they would or like at least be able to push their understanding because I feel like with our music being so like influenced by people that are no longer around, it's like we kind of have to be like our own voice for like pushing like a certain sound or some shit like that. So it just makes that a little bit harder too.
Big facts.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's definitely a unique sound to what you guys put out, and like you should definitely take advantage of that. Like you have this like unique style, and I mean, your tracks bump, and I think like you said, like because there's not a lot of people who put music out like that, um, especially groups. Like I have never like really met a rap group that kind of like does your type of style, which I think is dope. And that's why like when I first heard your music, I was like, yo, these guys, they got something and I need to interview them because that's kind of like where I come in. I'm like, I kind of like find these artists that no one's really heard of, and I'm just like, like I know they have fucking potential, and like I know they're gonna get somewhere. So like I just want to meet them. I want to fucking like, you know, hear what they have to say, because a lot of people, a lot of artists can't get their story out because they don't have like a big platform. Know what I'm saying? So I think it's dope that you guys decided to be on this podcast with me.
Yeah, for sure, dude. I don't know. I feel like we don't take enough opportunities to try to get our shit out there for sure. Cause like I feel like with COVID and shit too, it's like I wish we could be like performing and like, I imagine somebody like yourself would want to be trying to, like go to like local concerts and try to get backstage and just talk to people, which I wish we could
Yeah,
be doing.
Yeah.
that would be sick. Yeah. Um, do you guys like have any like performance planned for after COVID, or like any live streams?
Like I feel like we were just getting into the point where we were gonna start doing shows, and then COVID hit. Cause like we definitely were starting to look for it, and we had like some outlets that we were interested in, but like it just kind of fucked everything over with it.
Yeah. It's definitely a hard time for like artists and like the music industry. Like a lot of artists that I've been interviewing have been telling me the same shit. Like COVID been like fucking it up for them, like performance wise, because really like performances are like what connects people to your music. And I could see you guys being sick performers. Like, I'm telling you, like jumping all over the fucking stage, like fucking hyping that crowd up. It would be lit.
We would be live.
Yeah, maybe we could have some trippy.
Well, I was gonna say like we got a few house shows in the lineup once like COVID kind of numbs down. Like one kid that we know, he lives in North Philly, and he's gonna start doing shows out of his basement, which is like a huge basement. And then there's another guy I know that's gonna do shows in his backyard once it gets warmer out. And they both want to have us perform. So we'll definitely have some shows to have like a little after COVID winds down, I would say.
What are some like possible collab for you guys that you guys like want to do, and like what's your dream collab?
I'm still hung up on Six Dogs passing away. He was like the only like he was one of like the fucking I don't know biggest names that like actually showed an interest in our shit. Yeah, he started following us on IG, and he said he DM'd us one day and was like, "Yo, I fuck with one of the songs you put out," and we were like, "Hell yeah!" Like,
Oh wow, yeah, that's so sad.
and then Mac was on the list too. Like,
Oh,
I don't know, that's like reaching, but he was also great.
I want to thank Blonde on Bread for joining me on my podcast. Thank you guys so much. Um, I hope the best for your career.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, sir.